Now.
Oh, we're on. Hi.
He thought it was the international now.
That's right.
Which is different than the...
Start talk.
Hi, everybody. It is Friday. It is September
9th.
Very good.
September 9th.
Welcome,
9/9.
everybody, to the Knockem podcast. See, this is why... Oh, there we go. Okay.
Fucking delay.
Hello, Beansy. Hello, Kirsten.
Hey, Kirsten.
So the chat is just showing the latest one on the bottom?
Yeah.
again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Now it's showing on the thing.
Beansy's
Big
here.
limping.
Yep. Hello, Bosie. Thanks for joining us today. Day 2 on the Twitch. Day 1 for Andy on the Twitch.
Andy didn't even know.
I forgot. Because it's one of those things that if you don't do it right when you're thinking of it...
Were you on Twitch before?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fucking adult.
Exactly. What do you mean? No, Blimpin', I didn't skip you. Andy said hi. Didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's
yeah,
Blimpin'?
maybe it's very personal. He wants you specifically.
Who is that? Jay?
I'm guessing.
I'm
I
guessing
hope
it's
so.
Jay,
Otherwise,
too.
Jay has a good fucking trademark fucking case against somebody.
True. All right. Well, good
look,
morning,
little
Blimpin'.
hootie. Let's see.
Good morning. So, what is it? Big Blimpin'
A-
at your mom's crib. I believe it.
I can't believe you didn't work bang in there somewhere.
True. Well, he's working it in all right now. Yeah, hi, everybody. Yeah, so thanks for joining us today on our second day of Twitch. Please tell everybody about the show here on our Twitch channel. Is that they call it a channel? I don't know.
Yeah, I think channel.
Just
yeah.
can you share it? Like follow and then share? Is it the same as Facebook?
Follow, subscribe, share.
Well, you can share it to Facebook. Yeah.
Right, you can share the link to Facebook, right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
And then,
gonna
of
start
course,
fucking
below
with
us, you see we got our Instagram. It's Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. We got our website, Gov's Radio is the Twitter, KnockemDeadComedy.com, Govs.com. Of course, there's GovsPodcast.com. So please subscribe and all that stuff. Oh, you got the murder mystery thing there? Did you do that on purpose?
Where?
Right in front of you.
There's so much right in front of me.
Oh no, the '80s thing. It's
Yeah.
like right under your left tit. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I meant to do that.
Oh, okay.
you have
I
be
meant to do that.
specific.
It's actually until
Specific.
Andy said my left tit, I didn't know what you were talking about.
It's got all
Thank you.
tingly.
I'm just gonna leave it there
Yeah.
because I want it to be in the screen later when you talk about it. And so I'm just trying to, I just figured why not.
All right. So yeah, I believe Jay actually just subscribed to the page, to the channel page, whatever you want to call
Hey
it.
now.
Thank you. All right, I believe our special guest has arrived. There he is.
Oh my
Look
God.
at him. Look at him.
There he is.
Why doesn't he have a tan?
Because I'm pasty white. Give me more sun and don't get any better.
He's a comedian.
How are you, buddy? What's going on? Good to see you. Likewise. Oh, good to see you, bud.
How are you, bro?
I thought I was doing it for the show.
Adam Snair is here, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
don't care.
He's arrived. How was your flight? Good?
Delayed, but
Yeah.
uneventful. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Uneventful's good.
So good.
Yes, may you live in interesting times. The old Confucian curse.
Exactly.
Is it? I don't even know. Is it getting any better with the flights, or are they still all crazy?
I mean, I flew Frontier, so you expect
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're
Yeah,
even
you don't
gonna
ever
stop
expect
soon,
to
aren't
be
they?
happy.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
They're like circling the drain. I think they're not even going to be flying into MacArthur soon.
Is that true?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like in a couple of weeks. Like
Adam's not going to make it
I
home.
hope
Just
you.
made
I
it.
hope you get home.
Yeah.
So excited. So this is your first time back, right?
First time back. Yeah.
So it's been what,
which
like-
I'm shocked at. Like, I figured I'd be back like every 3 months.
Sure.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
been what, like a year and a half, right?
You always
Yeah.
think that, but you never are. It's not you personally.
I was supposed to come back last October for a wedding, and it just didn't pan out.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. Like, did they do it at the altar that they broke up? One of those where they showed the porn of the
Right.
best man fucking the bride or some shit?
Yes, man.
Like,
I would love to be at a wedding where that
Remember
happens.
the one in China? Didn't you guys
No.
play the?
no, what?
the
Well,
thing?
remind us.
It was
Yeah, rings a bell.
this Chinese couple, and the guy went through the whole thing, and he had this sex tape of his sister's husband screwing his bride.
Oh.
And so he waited until.
Wait,
was
I have to
after
do it
the
in my head. Wait, hold on.
Right, I know.
Sisters-
It's a lot of
math.
it took me a while. No, it took me a
His-
while because the in-law.
Wait, do it
people
again.
throw that in-law shit around.
Yeah, do it again.
So this guy, the groom, his sister's husband was banging his bride.
Oh, bad.
Bride to be. But
Yeah.
then at the
Oh.
wedding. And,
Yeah.
and they're all like, why did he wait?
I'm no mathematician, but I think that's not good.
That's bad.
I am, and that's why I'm here to
I am.
That's why I'm here to help.
Yes,
Oh.
because we didn't understand what they were doing.
Yeah, I got my BS.
And it was at the
Mathematics.
wedding or at the reception? It had to be at the
It
wedding.
was like at the reception. I think the reception immediately following because it's not
Because
like
then they
it's
got
not like
married.
here. Right, they got, and that's what they're saying. Like, why did he wait and whatever?
Well,
because
actually,
he wanted them to have to spend all that money.
what country
'Cause
is
the
it?
It was China.
Because I don't know.
Oh,
I can
well,
tell you that in
those people.
America, it's just the formality when you're doing the wedding, and then you have to actually sign later and mail it in. So
That's
maybe
unclear, 'cause
maybe he did that, and then was like, "Yeah,
And then
I'm sorry."
the bride's family had to pay for the whole thing.
yeah.
But which is just like a classic move. I don't know if I'd be able to.
Yeah, that's not why I didn't come back.
I mean, that guy's not a
Back
guy
to
to play
that.
poker. Don't play poker against that guy. Is all I'm saying. Anyway,
Yeah, right.
Florida's still there, huh?
Yeah, you know what? It's been good to me. You know,
Good. What and what part of
so
Florida again? Just for people that haven't
I'm
watched
about
before.
40 minutes north of Orlando.
Oh yeah, that's great. Like,
Yeah.
what is it, Jacksonville or something? I
That's
don't even know.
that's about 40 minutes further north.
And
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm in-
so you're like
it's
really
called Lake
there.
Mary.
Yeah, you're like really
Yeah,
really
you are.
close.
I have,
Lake
I have,
Mary.
Lake Mary.
I have family in Lake. I think I told you I have family in Lake
Yeah,
Mary.
which is wild.
Yeah,
Because
that
it's
is-
bottom?
a pretty small town.
What?
The, the
The
bottom,
bottom
of, the lake.
of Lake Mary.
Like your
The
family's
cement
dead.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I know with Walker, you being a Walker and so Irish, you wouldn't get that kind of.
Yeah, you
a
wouldn't get
hopper.
that humor now that you're all Irish.
Yeah. Well,
Now that you've
drunk.
become Irish.
So yeah, so tell me about Florida because you kind of went in there like you dove right in like the second you got there, you were playing every comedy club in Florida.
Yeah, I got lucky. So before
Well, that always helps.
That's
What, one of
good.
the owners? You mean?
The audience it's still out.
before I moved, I joined a Facebook group, Orlando Comedy.
Smart.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Made
that's
connections,
smart. Yeah.
and
Good job.
a guy who turned out to be one of my best friends down there. His name's Carmen Vallone. He's a headliner in the Orlando area,
Right. Okay.
Greater Florida area. And soon as I got down there, he's like, "Hey, I see you moved down here. Come out to my open mic. This, that, the other thing." And we just became fast friends. And
He's the John Butera of Florida, of Orlando, specifically
it didn't
Orlando.
take long to bring that up. Huh? I make his flyers.
Do you? I'm just,
No, well, I will say this: down there, they never. How many people can you bring?
Yeah.
I promote because I want to promote,
Right.
but we don't have to. The
Right.
venue
Really?
does it.
right.
You know.
but
And,
does your? I mean, you don't have to give me numbers, but does your pay revolve on what you bring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's.
Does it revolve on how many you bring?
Yeah.
No.
So you get paid the same regardless.
Yes.
Nice.
So there could be 10.
stress-free.
as Andy will know, I get paid. Period. The
Right,
fact that
yeah.
there's money.
Well,
Right.
it's and Max, I'll tell you, since you've been gone,
Oh, of course.
but not. It's not like oh my God, we can all pay our rent.
Right.
It's not like that, but they've all kind of been guilted,
Oh, okay.
like almost like a
Who, like the producers?
yeah.
of,
It's like almost like a Mexican
of like
standoff.
bringer shows, or like
yeah,
who?
yeah. Like I'm just gonna say producers.
Okay.
that's
But they all kind of, it was like a gamesmanship thing because it got very public, and you probably may have even, because you're still part of
Sure.
those Facebook, you may have seen like not getting paid or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, no, I'll pay.
Right. Because if you don't, they'll do the other guys.
Right.
Right.
So
So that's good because I mean, listen, you're putting your time and you're putting your effort in. You should be compensated.
but it's not nearly, I mean, there are producers who it's awesome because they're really just like, yeah, I'm actually just doing this to fucking do it. Like,
right.
so I don't care if I'm making money. I'm making a little bit of money. We're all equal in this.
Right.
We're co-equal in this
Right.
endeavor.
Right.
So, yes.
Yeah, so I mostly host down there. I hosted
Yeah.
once up here ever. And
Wow.
well, because if you're not if you're either a host, you're a guest spot,
Right.
You're a feature or you're a headliner. That's it.
That's it. There's 4 people on the show.
That's it.
So you don't have. Oh, well, yeah. In Florida, you
it's
can't.
How much
such a-
time does everybody get?
When I host, I do between 10 and 15.
Sweet.
Wow.
And like the headliner will say, how much you doing? I'm going, 10 to 15. So I don't pay attention to the time. I go
God,
up and I
that's
do
so
my
freeing.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so freeing.
Yeah.
And, then maybe there's a guest spot. So I'll go, here's the guest guy. And then I go, here's your feature. And you're ready for your main event. And that's it.
Nice.
But it's every show. There's showcases where you get 7, 8.
Sure.
But for the most part, I'm doing
They're all like, "How many comics are on this?" It's like,
Well, that's.
I've seen 12 to 15
It's like-
comics. It's not pretty. Yeah.
Well, right. You can't do that down there
damage
because
from
they'll fall.
Nam.
It's past their bedtime down there.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Like, what's your audience around that area?
It varies.
Because Florida is
well-
really it's all over the place.
Well, I've done the villages, the notorious villages, which
Yeah,
is,
key parties and everything.
yeah, it's nuts.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Where are those villages?
Getting those penicillin shots. Go on.
But they're great. They're
Yeah.
great. They're retired
Yeah.
and they are there to see comedy.
Yeah.
and to laugh. Yeah.
and they're nice people.
They've
and they're
not been
fun.
dragged there by their nephew.
Right.
We were
Oh my
talking
God,
about that
how-
the other
See their
day.
same 5 minutes.
How
for
many
the
dick
entire-
jokes can they possibly? Can
This
12 people
Right.
have this many dick jokes?
Yeah, Barry's still doing that one, huh?
Could you do something different?
So I've done stuff like in Daytona Beach, I've done the Hilton with 500 people.
Wow.
Which is nuts.
Wow.
They say your name, you go on stage, you're like, holy fuck. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Jones Beach ended up this
Right,
summer.
right.
it was, like,
Congratulations on that. That's
insane.
really
thank
cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, the band shell, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's,
that's so cool.
at least 500 people.
For each one that I went to 3
And
or
it's a
4. You
different-
guys were there for the whole thing.
It's a different world, right?
We
It's
had-
wild being up there.
They told us which night was it that there were 2,000 people there.
That was
one of
Jay.
them-
Wasn't that Jay and Dan? The night
Petty,
Jay-
wasn't it Petty?
No, there
when
was
it was
that.
earlier.
There was more. It was for the
The Beatles.
Beatles,
The Beatles.
because
one.
that's what LaRocca
Yeah.
kept on being like.
He never
Like,
heard
I
of
don't
the
know.
Beatles.
I don't know any Beatles songs.
What is this you speak of?
Andrew
homeschooled.
Fremder says hello from the toilet, and he's all excited to see Adam Snair. Yeah, he right there. Snair with a bunch of exclamation points.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of exclamation points.
I think he's actually kind of being a dick. That's like way too many.
He's like
3
yelling at
is
you.
like max on the like.
it is.
I like. Oh my
It is
God.
Fremder. or
That's
whatever-
true.
However the fuck you say his name.
Fremder. Is it Fremder or Fremder? Anyway.
Fremder.
Foxtrot.
The
Romeo.
Hotel.
Echo.
The other thing I didn't realize until I moved down there, obviously we've all seen a map, but until I lived there, I realized how freaking big Florida
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I say yes to everything. You know, they're like, hey, you want to do a show this weekend in Tampa? I'm like, oh, yeah, no problem. Then I'm like,
4 hours later.
yeah,
Wow.
Is
4
there-
hours round trip
is
for
there anything-
75 bucks.
Is there anything far enough that you would actually take a plane for? Or no?
Nah.
Fort Myers? No, nothing that far away.
Fort
Is it real
Myers.
localized like that? Like, well, I mean, it's funny because we're like, this shows how like fucking clueless New Yorkers are, and also like Long Island and
Well,
New York City
I
is so
would-
packed with people.
That's it. So if you took
Yeah.
Long Island and the city and stretched it out to all of Florida, it's probably about the same amount of comedy.
Right.
But it's spread out that much.
So Florida is a grower, not a shower, is what we're saying.
There you go.
Nice.
You know, it's,
joke.
There's a lot of empty space in between.
Okay.
You know, so you got your Tampas.
Like
and
like
your-
my head. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Empty space between
Yep.
Right.
Miami.
Which I guess is good, because you're not oversaturating.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
and so there.
But Orlando has a great scene.
Nice.
You know,
Oh, yeah?
there's so much tourism. You know,
Right.
so people are looking to do
Well,
shit.
like I know there are plenty of guys up here like Monty. They're down there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Do you see a lot of the New York guys?
I've
You've done a nice job of keeping in touch.
Yeah, I had a few come down and I've gotten them on shows. I had Pontillo down, Mick was down. Who else? Was
Do you see Darren Dillon down there?
I went and hung out with them a few times. He hasn't been doing comedy.
Oh, is that right?
And I don't know why. I'm trying to kick him in the ass.
What's he like doing for a living?
I insurance of some sort.
Well, right when I started, which is a couple years before you, he had just come back to comedy.
Right.
So I don't know if his heart was ever fully into it.
I know he's done some mics and stuff, and
Right.
I'm not getting into their personal.
I mean, he's
Oh,
been
no,
a-
of course.
I
surprised,
don't-
yeah.
me too.
Because I thought he went down there for kind of the same reason to, kind of get things going down there for that.
I think it was more.
That was
me.
you.
Joe Nasher
Like,
says
oh my God,
hello.
I'm dying.
Joe Nasher says hello, and
What a
Jeff,
shitty soundtrack to me dying.
and Bosie wants to know who else went down. Well, he did. You did, Bosie.
Travis Grant was
Oh,
down.
nice.
Oh, okay.
Haven't seen Travis in a couple of months now.
Trying to think who else. Ralph Anthony, who's a city guy.
Okay.
He came down, headlined a few shows. Mick was just coming down to hang, and I said, "You got to do comedy." And he's like, nah. And a friend of mine just opened the club in New Smyrna Beach. And I called him. I said, you want this guy on your fucking stage.
Oh, absolutely.
So we got Mick to feature because they already had the headliner.
Right.
So, but he's coming down again, I think, Thanksgiving weekend to
cool.
headline down there.
Yeah, that's great.
You should. It's actually kind of the wheels are spinning because you have all these New York connections. You should produce down there.
Is it a little cutthroat? Might end up sleeping with the Gators.
I just don't want to produce.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, that's a good answer.
I just don't. I feel like if I'm working, I could show up to a show and do my thing, and
Sure.
and skedaddle.
Yeah,
you
you
don't
seem
want to have to
happy.
like
You
field
seem-
a lot of
phone
work.
calls. You don't want to field any phone calls from people being like, "I'm not going to be able to make it. Maybe could I go in later?"
Right.
Yeah.
And then of course, and we won't name names. I've gotten a lot of shit from people up here who are like, "Get me on shows. Get me on shows."
Oh, really?
And like I just said, I'm not a producer.
Are the
like,
initials AG? AP. Sorry, I screwed up your initials. What the? I ruined my own joke. Never mind. Sorry. Go on.
no, like
Act like he's not here.
like I said, Mick was coming down just to hang.
Right.
And I got him on, and the other guys, I was friendly with, and no problem. But I do what I can. But
Sure.
I'm not producing shows.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's been a few who I said, yes, send a video, a reel, right?
Right, yeah.
And literally, I've had people be like, "What is this, 1980? I don't send reels." Now, if you own a club in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, why the fuck
Some
are
guy
you gonna
from-
put Joe Schmo, whoever?
Beth Page's own Jeff Bosie.
Right. Like, literally pick any comedian up here. Who's going to put asses in seats down in,
Nobody.
Rodea?
Yeah. Joey Cola.
Right.
Right.
And then it gets thin pretty quick,
Yeah.
Because, there's the people that we know and are big up here. And the same thing down there.
Sure.
There's people who...
Right.
we-
Those people won't fill the
we
seats
think
up
are
here.
gods down there and nobody ever heard of.
right.
Like I had a buddy of mine, Dean Napolitano, who I'd put against anybody up here. Nobody heard of him. And he's from Long Island.
Oh, wow.
And he actually just did a guest spot recently at McGuire's. But he did a guest spot. He did like a 8-minute guest
Whose
spot.
show?
I don't know. I made a call and asked a favor. And
Right.
and they put him on a guest spot. But he's a headliner down there.
Right.
Wow.
You would think, everywhere, Dean's going to go up and headline governors. No, he's not.
Right.
Well, we'll be the judge of that. We should get him on here.
Yeah.
Next time he's in town.
Well, I'll zoom.
Rock and roll.
Sure.
Napolitano.
Either or.
Napolitano, you said?
Yep.
I'm going to look him up.
Very funny guy.
Cool.
Nice.
Chillin'.
And how long you didn't come up just because of these shows this
I
weekend?
came up because Pearl Jam rescheduled.
Oh,
That's right, the
You
Apollo
told us
Theater.
that. Yeah.
Show or
It's no, at the Garden.
oh right, but they're also doing the Apollo Theater show
Right,
because
the-
that was
the night
the
before.
serious. That
Yep.
was a serious thing.
Yep.
Because I entered that my one entry, being like, this isn't going to happen, but
Did you get it?
no,
No.
of course not. Because I'm like Pearl Jam at the Apollo. All right,
Sounds
I've
pretty
seen
cool.
like I'm the kind of person I hate live music.
You hate live music.
Yeah, well, I hate people.
You hate live music?
I hate the people
That's so
at
weird.
the live music event, and then I'm the one, I fall in love with the produced track. I don't care about the whole musicianship thing and whatever. I
surprised.
respect
I'm surprised to hear that.
I
Yeah,
get,
very surprised
but
to
I
hear that.
get it and I respect it. But I like the reason why I like that band is that song, and that song is the produced.
And don't fuck with it.
Yeah, like
Right.
I
don't need a
just please-
12-minute version of it.
Yeah,
Dazed
but
and
have you-
Confused, 29 minutes. I remember being handed that tape in high school, and they were like, "You're gonna want to listen to this, man. Smoke some weed and listen to this." So I did, and I'm like, I'm in dazed. Yeah, I'm dazed and confused too as to why I fucking am listening to 29 minutes of Led Zeppelin.
Oh, sorry, I love that.
What about like live albums? Like you get like
Okay,
both.
so like it's very
or
specific.
it has to be that live.
It's got to be
concert.
the band live. The when they did what do you call it? Scorsese did their concert movie.
Oh, The Last Waltz.
The Last Waltz. Thank
Okay.
you. Like that's phenomenal.
Okay.
And because it's the band doing other people's songs, but having those
Yeah.
people sing it with them.
yeah, see that's
You weren't kidding when you said very specific.
yeah, but
That's what.
that's
But no,
great
don't do that.
stuff.
Because I've been to enough concerts and I've been to enough little shitholes and people's basements and stuff where it's like I don't want to touch anybody. I don't want this guy screaming next to me.
I'm with you about
I don't
the
want
people's
Conan
basements.
O'Brien telling me to go fuck myself.
What concert are you hearing in someone's basement?
When I was
What
a
does that
kid,
even
like that's
mean?
like I was in a band, and so you know other people who are in bands, and so where are you playing when you're 16 years
Right.
Oh,
old?
I thought you meant you didn't like to go see concerts.
Live music.
Like
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Concerts
but
is an extension of that, but
I
live music
thought,
is the base idea.
like a Pearl Jam concert, not your
I've seen Pearl
friend's
Jam several
basement.
times.
The whole
Both?
spectrum of it, he's saying.
yeah, no, I just don't like the experience of like having to deal with all the schmucks who
So it's more that.
it is like 90% that.
Okay. I
But
get
then
that.
there's the other part where it's like that night they get up there and they do the song not the way that I like it.
Right.
And it's like,
See, but
oh,
that's-
great. I'm so happy I fucking went through all of this.
You had it perfect, and you put it on an album.
Right.
Do that.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, I don't
think
care
a
about
lot
that.
about the Beatles, actually, with that, about how they didn't
Yeah.
perform after, as a group after whatever,
Yeah,
60
66, they stopped touring, and they...
and they were still together
So-
for
Right.
a bunch of 4 more years and put out however much music.
Right.
In
But,
that
they
time period?
You had to wait until the 80s and 90s to see McCartney play those songs live.
So
I
if the
just saw him,
Beatles did
actually.
that,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
wait, what was that?
I
He
saw
just saw
Paul live.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was
Kick
pretty
ass.
cool.
See that's what I'm saying.
The
Something
fact
like
that he's
that's
still doing it.
culturally significant. Something like that, I will.
Yeah, but seeing somebody like
aside.
McCartney is like an event.
Well, yeah, the whole time I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a fucking Beatle
Right,
now. This is
right.
amazing.
Right.
And he still does it. You know, he sings well. You know?
Yeah, 80
Ugly,
years old,
ugly, here
Yeah.
we are.
doing, 2.5 hours.
Well,
Well, did you see the Foo Fighters thing this weekend?
That was so
It was
good.
amazing.
So
'Cause
good.
they were doing that. They brought out the actual people that wrote or sang those songs, and they were just playing with them.
Because I'm
It
cool.
was
Like when Chris
fantastic.
Cornell died, and they did that thing out in Seattle, or
Yeah.
Portland, wherever it was, and they like Miley Cyrus came out to do a couple of songs that were, I was like, she's a great vocalist, like, and that's cool. I don't want to have to travel and deal with all of like, oh, we have here's the thing. If you ever have to go somewhere and somebody goes, can you believe what they're charging for parking?
Right.
It's not worth it.
Right.
It's like that's
Which
the
is
moment.
pretty much everything now.
Right. It's
Yeah.
from jump. It's not worth it.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that because when I went to the Mets Old Timers Day, I did. As soon as I pulled in, there's a sign, parking $30. I'm like, mother.
That's he was like, I can't believe it.
And paid it, but by the time Old Timers Day started, I forgot about
that's
that,
a
and I didn't
baseball.
care
But
anymore.
that's a baseball game. That's not like because live music events.
I wouldn't. Same thing though. If I'm seeing a good band, I'd forget about it too and just enjoy the show.
It's only going to go downhill for me.
Do you
anyway.
feel the same way about live comedy? I'm
yeah,
joking.
Andy.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's a
because
good question.
It's a good question.
Because
but
a lot of times you know the material going in,
True.
right?
But same thing
Oh,
as a
I've
concert.
heard this.
but you want to
But
hear.
ideally, they don't do it differently.
You're going to get a kick out of this after Jones Beach when Mario went up and you guys brought me up very nicely. Thank you very much. That me and Billy went to go meet at McGuire's, and it was a Mike Dillon show, and we were like, oh, let's because
You went to McGuire's. Oh, all right. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
So and it was the night Keegan's special was being
Here.
filmed
Yeah.
here, but we already know why I didn't. I told Saliani last night. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
That's
That's why I actually stopped myself because I was going to bring that up. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So we meet at McGuire's, and it's a Mike Dillon show, and it's so funny to see the difference between the producers here. I wonder if it's somewhat the same, but you have less people. Because, like, the bar at McGuire's is always, like, kind of hopping for, like, a Butera show. Because there's 15 people there to hang out.
Right.
Which is cool, because
Yeah.
it's fun. That's part of it, is being part of the social scene.
Yes.
Sure.
I went there, and it's the first time I've ever been to a Dillon show that I wasn't there as somebody's bringer. And I think I've only ever gone to the hotel that he does his
Across the street.
Yeah. And so I go in, I sit there for like a second, I'm on my phone, and Peaches Rodriguez up, very funny. Matt Aravalo is the only person I talked to because he was hosting.
Wow.
Chuck Fox kept looking at me like, because he was the headliner, like he should know me.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, we've never
Even
met.
if
so.
even if Chuck Fox is standing in the hallway, he's just like, I should go to Stop and Shop. Like he always has that, like,
Yeah.
doesn't he? He always has that look on his
That's
face.
a great description.
Whether he's like, I need orange.
Love Chuck, though.
But he still like
Like, me
smiled
too.
at me. But he smiled
You
at me.
never
and
met
I'm
him
like,
in here?
No, never. We've never been in here at the same
He's
time.
so quiet at like the show, like when he's in here, and then all of a sudden, like the funniest thing said that night will be Chuck Fox for like a second. You're like, where were you the whole hour? And he says like, bam, he nails it.
But so and it's only Chuck and like a couple of people. Dylan's in the main room there, and like Billy shows up. We go outside to smoke. We smoke, and then we just stayed out there.
You didn't even go in.
We never went back in.
You never even went in.
You're like, I've seen enough.
And well, not even that.
But did
like,
you pay a
we were
ticket
both
to
like,
get
we're
in?
gonna no ticket. Like that's no, you don't pay for comedy when you're
In comedy?
yeah.
Okay.
So unless you choose
I
to,
would
unless you
feel
choose
like
to.
I'd want to.
There are times where I'm like, no, you're not making any money. Please take this. But we're outside and like we're at the benches, so we're right by the door.
Yeah.
Never said hi to Mike. Never said hi to anybody. They all just went right by us. We just went there to smoke. It's what happened. We're like, and afterwards it's like, Billy's like, I think everybody's gone.
The place is empty.
Yeah, there's just the two of us in the parking lot. We're hanging out.
Bus
Like,
boys are
oh,
putting like the
shit.
garbage.
Yes,
or, like,
yes,
the
they're dragging the
dumpster.
garbage.
Everybody walked past. You
Just-
didn't even see them.
Just the only
Well, the
person.
best is the dumpster's right near the front door, too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're walking by.
They're
And they're like,
leaning
because they
against
know
it.
us. They're like giving us a little head nods. Like, hey, what's up? And the only person we actually talked to was the new security guard. Comes out. He's one of Ozzy's friends from back in the day or whatever. And he comes out and he's like, what do you call Fat J? Fat Joe. That was actually at a show weeks ago. He's like, oh, he's introduced. This is Fat Joe. I was telling you about him, and we're all like, but yeah. And then we left and went back to his house to smoke more because it was like, I guess we can't stay here. It's not like this is St. Joseph's College where they don't have any security guards. Because we were there until 1 a.m. Anyway, a different story.
Yeah, who's that?
Ken Pichel. Ken Pichel's
Oh,
walking.
hey,
He
Ken.
says hi to
Fat
everybody.
Joe.
So is it going to be weird then performing this weekend with like 1,800 comics on the bill?
It's going to be weird in that aspect. It's going to be weird just being back. And yeah,
And there's like a lot of them that you don't even know because it's...
that's true.
There's a lot of
Because I was
newbies.
looking at because I'm like I'm going to call after this. I always have a Friday call with Billy. I'm like, what if he has a show, I'll go to his. Oh, we have a show together, whatever. But neither of us have a show. And I had said the other day, I'm like, well, McGuire's on Friday. And he's, oh, yeah, maybe. And, if nothing comes up. And I started looking at the poster and I'm like, oh, Adam doesn't know anybody on this fucking poster.
There's a few I requested to be on.
No, right. No. Well,
Fat Joe.
oh, it's not tonight. It's tomorrow is the one that there's nobody.
Well, there's Bosie and Ray.
right. I don't know who those fucking people
And then
are.
after that, I don't know any of them.
Oh,
It's
is that right?
I've
Well,
been
Les Deegan's on it, right?
It's a good group of people, the newbies. It's
Yeah.
a good group of people.
No, that you. I'm
Who
telling
are they?
you,
Who
don't
else?
even. That's why I'm trying to pull it up.
Well, the newbies you have in here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Rocco is hosting.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. He's
I
he's a
specifically
really
asked
nice
to work
guy.
with Dan.
Really
I
nice
knew
guy.
Dan
good
before I
people.
left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never met Crovella.
I don't.
Really good kid.
Just
But I don't
fucking
think he's here
hilarious.
tomorrow. I didn't see his.
No,
I didn't see his name on the poster.
No,
He might
Although
be there for the hang though.
Jay's here, but he's not on the poster either.
Jay's hosting tonight.
Tonight, yeah,
Oh,
that's
tonight.
because that's it. Roseanne and Bridget are there,
Joe.
which is great. Emily's there, which is great. Rob White, have you met Rob White?
Nope.
Have I met Rob
No,
White?
no. Rob did this tattoo for me.
For
It's a
real?
memorial tattoo. His dad is sort of like, well, you'll know because you're a Suffolk guy too, right? Mm-hmm. Cliff's Tattoos.
Oh yeah, sure.
His dad is Cliff.
Oh, okay.
So Rob has his own studio called Black Duck, and that's in Selden. But he was doing comedy way before the consolidation. We'll call it the consolidation, when these guys bought everybody out. And he was very big at McGuire, like was getting pushed at McGuire's.
Oh wow.
And then just kind of stopped because he wanted to be.
I remember after
fire
COVID,
commissioner or
I made a
something.
flyer and it said the return of Rob White.
Right.
You know, and
Beef
that's what John
Wellington.
had told me to put on. I go,
Yeah,
the
and-
return of no.
And
never
we've been
heard.
having this mic out at Clyde's on Mondays, and he's a part of that group. And unfortunately, Clyde's just got sold, so we have
Again.
no clue where that. Yes, again, not
What-
Barton's got sold.
Well, Barton's right,
Barton's and Clyde's. And I think it was something,
and now it's sold again.
yeah. So
That's one of those places that just keeps on changing hands, man. I've never done comedy out there.
really you
Yeah.
never went to Clyde's? or
No, I
Barton's?
think I was booked and then COVID happened.
Oh yeah, because that one show it was like canceled. Then it was like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway.
Right.
Then it was like, oh no, somebody from the SLA said that they would be by.
Right.
And then we
right.
found out that somebody showed up at 9:30 that night
Wow.
at the place to make sure that we weren't there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
McNeely was headlining.
I think so. Yep. There's a bunch of places that were doing really good shows or getting good crowds for a while during COVID,
Right.
and they're still doing them, like the Loft, for example.
They're doing good shows.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking.
Oh, okay.
They've dropped off because it's
because it was a COVID spot.
It's a weird it's a weird space. Like
Right.
There's
You don't know
other
it's there unless you're going there.
And not only that, but once you're in it, it's so weirdly open, but also like
It's more like set up more like a catering hall, right?
Yeah, it's the kind of place you would have like a
there's too
birthday
many things
party.
in
Right.
the,
There's
in the way.
too many
Surprise.
pillars in the
Yeah.
way and chairs around pillars and
Right, yeah, it's just like
yeah.
a weird
and it's
like
weird
popcorn
too.
and
Like you have to walk up into this section of the building.
right.
It's weird.
Yeah, that was kind of a speakeasy type place during
A little
COVID.
bit, yeah.
Right.
Like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Nobody knows it's
Say
here.
no more,
It
governor.
is. It's like
Say
because it's like a
no
movie theater.
more.
It's a movie theater we've all gone to a million times,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you find out that they put a bar upstairs. So like if you wanted to go to a movie, you could actually go to the popcorn pimply face 14-year-old and say, could I have like a glass of wine? And they'll get you one and you bring it in the movie theater. And it
Right.
sounds like you should be able to do that everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
like I'm not complaining. Like it's a great idea, but you just never think to do it, but you can.
Sure.
Right. Well, that's
Yeah.
the Pulp Fiction. I was
Right.
just listening to the Pulp Fiction
You
soundtrack.
could get
the
a
other
glass
day.
of beer, right?
I ain't talking about just like any old beer. I'm talking about a glass of beer.
Now you sound like Daphne.
Yeah, well, that's Daphne sounds like Vinnie Barbarino. Vinnie Barbarino, there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, only it goes right back to Daphne.
Oh, that was something too.
Oh, Daphne's your daughter.
Yes, the one
Gotcha.
who speaks like
Vinnie
Vinnie
Barbarino.
Barbarino.
I was telling Andy before we went on that yesterday Eric and I hosted a game show, and it was at SUNY Farmingdale.
Dun, dun, dun.
And excuse me, and because we're at a college, somebody said something, I forget what it was, but then Eric said, oh, he made a reference to Animal House, and he turned to these college kids. They're like, Animal House, have you ever seen it? And they're like, no.
That's amazing.
Not really,
And then he said, well, it's with John Belushi, and they're just kind of looking at him.
Still nothing.
And
No.
he goes, do you not know who that is? They go, no. But then I forgot, the part I forgot, but you just reminded me. Then he said, but Kevin Bacon, right? And they go, no.
Footloose?
That
It's
one
sliding
surprised
out.
me.
It's sliding out. That's it's.
Yeah.
Do you ever see Gunga Din?
No.
No, yeah, none of you.
No.
How could you not have seen it? It's the biggest movie of 1940.
Yeah.
No, I'm dead serious. Like it was Cary Grant, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Victor Mature,
And Robin Williams.
and Robin Williams and Kevin Bacon.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that was a huge movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But nobody knows about it. Matter of fact, The Party, which I always mention, Peter Sellers' movie.
Yeah.
The Party sort of is like the aftermath of Gunga Din.
Okay.
Like a fictionalized ending of Gunga Din into the Hollywood, like the actors all interacting with
Yeah,
each
but the
other.
difference is, if you ask somebody about Kevin Bacon now, Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon's still alive and making movies.
Now, why would you think Kevin Bacon was such a thing? Is it because of Footloose or some other thing that he's done?
Just been in
why
so
would
many
they
movies.
know
Right. Well, right.
He's
so
very
many
about
movies.
him?
diverse.
But is it the,
The- the s-
dancing Footloose?
The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, like
Bacon.
all that stuff. The pop culture that we're still familiar with.
Yeah.
we-
I
think he
we
was-
just think
I-
he's still relevant.
I think there's a couple of movies that make that work. The 6 Degrees, like JFK.
JFK.
Everybody's in.
Well, not just JFK, but
Sleepers.
yeah.
Sleepers
What
is
a
a great
great
one for that.
movie.
And of course, A Few Good Men.
right.
Because you have such big actors.
Right,
in
John
that.
Jack
Poor
and Tom
Kevin
Hanks.
Bacon
and-
being remembered for Sleepers. That'd be like maybe the kids
Why?
blocked
Well, I don't think
it.
he's being remembered for it. It's
awful.
just a really
Movie.
good linker.
That was a great movie.
He
I
must
just
have-
watched that movie.
Yeah,
like,
he
this
must have
week,
just
actually.
looked at that script like,
Oh, I'm raping a bunch of boys? Awesome.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, I'm not actually raping boys? It's just a fictionalized account? Oh, fuck, get me out of it. I can't get out of it?
oh hey, I got like.
He's like, I'm a method actor.
I don't know if you guys want to talk about this at all.
Me and Daniel
Like,
Day-Lewis
speaking
go
of,
around raping kids all the time, just in case the part ever comes up.
Kevin Bacon and dancing, but what decade did you guys stop watching Dancing with the Stars?
Never started. How about
yeah,
that?
like
You
it's
never
a-
watched
that's a
like one
zero-sum
second
set.
of it,
Like I've never.
not even 1 second.
No.
I think I've seen highlights when there was somebody like, I can't believe they're on it.
Yeah.
Was on it,
Yeah.
like a football player or something like that.
I've seen it in the amount of time that it takes me to get the remote and change the fucking channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
it's
no,
still
'cause-
going on?
Yeah. So check.
But isn't it streaming
Chuck
now?
Fox
This I
is
know.
on it?
Check
it's
this
not
out.
even on live television anymore. It's on Disney Plus because I did see the ad for it.
Yeah. Well, it just came out the list. So Jordan Sparks. Speaking of football, because isn't her dad like a
Yeah, it was
A football star?
Was a cornerback for the Giants.
Jordan Sparks,
just
and
make
she
that
was.
up?
Felipe Sparks. No, Felipe Sparks.
You could have just made that up.
I could have, but look at my confidence, Adam. You'll never
I'm
fucking
buying
know.
that. I'm buying
You'll never know because you're not gonna care enough to fucking actually look it up.
Nope.
See, that's the area I live in. Everybody's like, Andy's so smart. No, just good at making
Just
shit
make
up
shit up
that
and
nobody cares
sell it,
about,
and I sell
and
it.
nobody cares.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. It's all about the sell.
Yeah,
That's
but
funny.
she's anyway. Sorry, she's Jordan Sparks is going to be.
Who the fuck
in,
is Jordan Sparks?
That's what I mean. She was an American
Idol.
Idol
Oh, okay.
thing, and then so she's on. That's how bad the show's
Who
getting.
else is on?
So we've got
Kevin Bacon.
yeah, right.
No, but you can get to him in 2 steps.
A two-step.
Felipe played with Jason Sehorn. Jason Sehorn was married to Angie Harmon. Angie Harmon was in Law and Order with Sam Waterston. Sam Waterston was in something with Kevin Bacon.
Sold.
Ken Pichon wants to know if you just made a set theory reference.
I did a
What
zero
is-
sum set.
What do you mean?
No math stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Nothing to see here.
I ain't come here to do
These
math.
aren't the droids. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
So who's
That's Wayne Brady.
is this
that's
guy? So
me,
Wayne
Stewie
Brady's going to
being-
be on it.
being Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first movie. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
So Wayne Brady's in it too?
Yeah.
What? Is he? No, he's got to be like hosting or something.
No, he's been matched up with like some girl dancer.
He's gonna be. He'll win. I'm gonna.
I bet he'll win.
All right, so we
Right.
got Jordan Sparks, Wayne Brady.
And then I don't know if you remember.
How many different pages is this list on?
Well, she's.
Well, there's a
we're-
lot.
One by
We're
one.
working with new technology starting yesterday, so we're
Computers.
So the man in the
Well,
machine.
the
has
program,
to
the program, right.
Draw the picture very.
What is that,
fast.
microfiche?
No, okay, so do you know who this is off the top of your head?
Yeah, that's
Oh, I know her.
yeah. What the hell's her name?
She's the one to kiss in. She said she kissed Sarah Michelle
Oh, yeah.
Gellar in
Yeah, she
Fatal
was,
Attraction. Not Fatal Attraction.
and Kevin Bacon was in that movie, wasn't he?
Probably.
Wild ones,
No,
wild
this
things,
isn't Wild Things.
No,
No. This
What-
is Dangerous Liaisons, but in a high
I know
school
what you're
setting.
talking about.
with Ryan Felipe and Sarah Michelle Gellar. That is
Reese Witherspoon.
Also legally,
Reese Witherspoon.
yeah, Legally Blonde. She was the friend in
Selma something. You're right,
Yes.
Kirsten. Selma.
Yeah.
Selma. Yeah,
Blair. Some of them.
Selma Blair.
Thank you.
Selma not high.
But so she's
Yeah,
she's
right.
matched up with someone.
I was gonna say Celia Ward because she kind of
Yeah,
looks
she
like
looks like
Celia
that.
Ward, but
But she actually recently found out she has multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, so-
oh
So-
boy. So yeah, don't vote for her. 'cause she's not gonna win.
She's gonna have
She
a
might
bad
lock up,
day.
like,
She's
right in
on
the
the
middle
show,
of-
though?
yeah,
yeah.
That's how
she's
we got on
matched
her?
up.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how I'd like to get
Wouldn't
on
mind
her.
getting on her, yeah. Sure.
But
Now,
Yeah.
is that it?
No.
Oh.
No.
No, there's only 4 people. That
Well,
showed
no, I'm
them.
not going through all of them. I just figured it'd be fun to do
Is
some
that
of
Tina
them.
Turner?
So this one,
So you're showing us pictures, but you don't even know who they are?
yeah, because
Oh.
I forgot to write it down. So you guys have to guess.
I have no idea who that is.
We're
So-
doing all right.
So she is a drag queen.
Oh, is this the one that
So you would
that
know.
reads?
But
yeah,
you
of
would
course.
know her.
The
She's
one who
on-
reads at libraries.
No, she's on. Social-
Did you not
Oh,
hear
those-
about this?
Yes, I heard.
There's a
Yeah.
a transvestite that goes to libraries and reads a book maybe she wrote or he I don't know whatever pronoun but
They.
them wrote and it gets she was at Port Jeff. People were going insane wanting to boycott. My library dollars should not go to this sort of. It's like it's fucking somebody reading a fucking
Yeah.
book.
Don't
Don't
go.
go. Yeah.
That's it.
So we don't know her name. It's like Shanani something. I can't remember.
Wow, you racist.
RuPaul?
Really?
No,
No.
it's not RuPaul.
Yeah, it's
I
not
know.
her.
Way to be a white guy. Like the only drag queen I know is RuPaul.
That's it.
And
Me too. Though.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean, I gotta
it.
fucking
That's
do
all
it.
I had.
Like name wise, yeah. that's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, so that was it.
That was
You're
it.
like, that's the only one you know. I have the list.
Well, I'm a white guy too.
Those are the only ones that I, knew. The rest, the rest from honestly were just Jersey Shore housewife things and
Well, yeah, Joan Ash is saying Teresa Gill
it?
from
Yeah.
Jersey Housewives.
yeah. So there's like just those like country singers that I didn't know and.
There's
so-
no way that's the right last name.
Finkel.
Right, that's why I can't even
There's
read
not a chance.
Guy.
It definitely
Well, they
doesn't,
changed it at Ellis
it doesn't
Island.
end in CD. There's no way.
Right.
Okay, the Wikipedia page. This is the place to do it. All right, presented by them. Sure. Do I have to get to this season? Yes. All
So,
right.
Tony, have you been performing, doing stand-up at all?
I hosted all those shows at the beach.
Oh, cool.
I didn't really do any time because I had announcements to do and I wanted to get the comedians out.
Yeah, he wasn't funny at all.
Hack.
That makes sense.
No.
Yeah, so I haven't. I'm trying to think. I did back in the spring. Actually, was the last time I did anything. I did a bar show and I didn't enjoy it. And it was my second or third bar show, and I have enjoyed them, but
Was it John Butera show?
no, it was Tom Galati.
Oh, okay.
Hooked me up.
I think I remember seeing that. Yeah. He's another one I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Galati. Yeah, he doesn't throw himself out there as much.
He
was
produces
at
some shows,
first.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was at first, and then he kind of.
he comes.
Haven't
He
seen
goes.
him around
Yeah, he
for a
comes and
while.
goes in spurts.
He's a really nice guy.
Oh, absolutely. So no, I haven't. It's funny because Sallie was on me, at the beach. Do
Yeah,
some time.
I was.
Do some time. Do some time.
On
do
the
your stuff.
beach in the
As
sand
one is
afterwards.
wont to
And
do.
I don't know. I was kind of going back and forth, but it kind of gave me the bug a little bit.
So
to
how'd
get
that
back
come
out there.
about? Because that sounds like a really cool gig.
The guys that produce the shows down there are friends of mine.
Oh, really?
So I just said to them, because they do it every year where a local radio station would host it and they'd have giveaways and whatnot to promote their
I've
station.
seen some shows down there. It's pretty cool.
And things have been a little wonky down there since the pandemic. This was their first year back. And the state, it's Jones Beach, so the state runs it. And they didn't just grab my buddies. they grabbed a few different people and companies. Said, you produce X amount of shows. You produce X amount of shows.
Like
And
they were trying out or something.
And they were all saying, "Why are we doing it this way? What is going on?" And so they. It's never been that way before. It's usually one company that comes in and does the whole summer.
And then the rest of them are
So-
like, oh, man.
So I just said to so I don't think these guys had any radio stations set up or anybody, to work with them. So I think I just kind of got in at the right second. I just went to them and said, "Hey, we'd like to come in and promote." I said, "I don't care if you give me one date, give me whatever you got." And he said, "Yeah, we can do this." And as the summer was going on, the state was giving them more shows. Some of these other
So
producers,
comedy opens for bands.
right? Right.
And
That's exactly what it
how
was.
long is the comedy show generally?
Depends on how many, because sometimes there were two bands. Sometimes it was just a matter of when they were ready to start, because if they were sound checking or working on the equipment. Sometimes we started the shows at 7. Sometimes we started at 7:30. Sometimes we started at 8. And pretty much anywhere within 7 to 8 is when we started.
Yeah,
so.
typically a half an hour
Okay.
they had. Like he would start the show.
So a couple
and
of
he
comics, like Tony goes up, a
yeah.
middle and a headliner?
No.
Like
Usually
Keegan
just
went
one.
by himself, right?
Keegan did
Yeah.
a half hour by himself.
So Tony,
it was clean.
Tony and one comic.
right.
Because it was clean.
It has to be clean.
Has
to be clean.
Keegan
Complete.
said
So
Keegan said tit, and they were upset. Was that?
No, he didn't say. No, Keegan was fine, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I
he
thought
didn't say
because that's how
anything
we
bad.
found out.
Oh, you're right. They claimed he said tit. I still don't think he did.
I've
he
had
said,
the
"Look at my
chance
tits,"
to
like-
do Disney Hotel while I was down
okay.
there.
Right.
Now that's a trip because basically it's people staying at the hotel. It's all inclusive, and they happen to walk by and there's a small sit-down amphitheater, like literally like maybe 10 rows, But there's kids in the front row
Yeah.
with Mickey ears,
Yeah.
like
sure.
6, 7 years old.
It's not
You
really
can't
like
say
that.
Hickory
man.
dock.
You're not
To
you're not
notify
allowed to say
everyone
anything
I'm
at
on.
Jones Beach, but like I never saw that much of a reason why. Like every once in a while I see kids, but they're not even listening,
Yeah,
but
you can
I
understand where they're coming
understood.
from.
I totally understood. But it is kind of interesting because like even the shows that were, and I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that had two bands, because they're all tribute bands, right?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're all tribute bands, and one band is going to be the main band, right? Mm-hmm. So the opening band, like, always had practically all the same members.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing. So like the
As the
Yes.
main
like
band.
Fleetwood Mac
Because
would
I
come
said
out.
to the chick, she's attractive. I
Yeah.
was like,
And
are
then they
you
go up and they turn their hat around. And we're like, now we're this guy.
right?
Pretty
That's
much.
wigs. They had
happening, yeah.
wigs and everything.
yeah,
right?
like
that's
they were
fantastic.
Fleetwood Mac. She was like, all dressed like Stevie Nicks.
I said,
Right.
"Are you the Stevie Nicks?" She's like, "Well, for the second band, I'm actually the keyboardist and
Right.
backup
For the
vocalist."
Tom
Yeah.
Petty band.
Then
yeah.
she was just
She's like, now I'm Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become Stevie
yeah,
Nicks.
right. Yeah, once you're over
Hilarious.
50, you can pretty much be a guy or a girl.
Anything goes, Sandy. Anything goes.
Yeah, so that's, and then there were a couple times where, like when Jay did it, he was told
Fat Joe?
Yeah, Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
He was told 20 minutes, but it turns out they needed more time. So Dan LaRocco just happened to come and watch. So I went to Dan and said, "Go out there and do 5."
And,
Actually,
Jay,
what you
Jay,
said,
I
right.
was there, and Jay was like, "Bro, there's no way I'm going through 20 minutes clean." Like
Right,
he
it
wanted.
is.
I think he had actually called Dan
Who
to
said
make
that?
sure that he
Jay.
Fat Joe. And that's it
sticking.
from now on. Sorry, Joe. But I had showed up to check it out and to
Right.
be there as part of the Govs podcast.
Yeah, you're really supportive all the time.
And though I was out of there as soon as the comedy was over.
Yeah, we noticed
I
that
suffered
too.
no shit.
Because you hate live music.
Thank
right.
Thank
There
you.
you go.
Now it makes sense, right?
Now it's all
Everybody.
making
No, it
sense.
still doesn't
And then-
make sense. I just understand what you said earlier.
But
in
understand
the
he showed up with his guitar.
in
though.
the slow. I did show not the first time, and that's what Jay was like. Jay was like, "Hey, could you do like 5?" And I'm like, "No, I'm here in shorts
Right.
on purpose. No guitar, or whatever. Like I'm here
Right,
to
there's
check
no
out
chance I'm going up.
the lay of the land." But he ended up doing all right. But then
He did great. Yeah.
he's like the part.
That's surprising. He did a
his
full
joke,
set
though-
clean.
It's hard.
Okay, so do you know the Ralph's ice cream joke that he has, or Ralph's Ices that, and usually he does like kind of come close to finishing with it, but there's a part where he's like talks about how he knows that he's in a good neighborhood,
Okay, yeah.
Because the Italian kid talking to the Jewish kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the Jewish kid telling him there is no Santa Claus, all this other stuff. And he goes, hey, Jay, why are you so fat? And he gets, you got to get down on their level, right? He does that whole thing. And the line is, the reason I'm so fat is because every time mother, she gives me, the punch
Yeah.
down? Okay, because I don't want to give away the whole thing. But he's going into it, and me and LaRocco are looking at each other like,
Is he going to do it?
No, you're like, no.
He's doing
like,
it.
because he was like cruising into it.
Yep.
And even you could hear it in his voice when
It
he
was-
got to it, because he's
yeah.
like, bang. He said bang instead of
Yeah.
Tony. And it was so fucking funny to be where we were to see Tony and the guy on the other side of the band stage both go this when he said it.
Yeah.
But nobody complained, right? Or did anybody complain?
Well, the guy
complained himself.
because he was told
Oh,
not
yes.
to do that. So that
Right.
that was a big. But we saw him the following
So
week.
he changed the word, but the implication was
Yeah,
still.
you
right.
can't-
Yeah. And
Which was still a
aggressive.
no-no.
Yeah, there's no innuendos. You can't do that. So
Well,
and
that's what I
we
was
just want
saying
to come
about
back
the
next
Disney
year.
show too. You
Right.
can't even hint at
Yeah.
Was
Right.
that like Gattaca to get into it? Like they checked your DNA and everything?
No,
Made sure
just-
that you were pure.
just-
No, like that's what I would imagine though.
just
Background check, nothing.
met the right, get to know the right people. Like a lot of people ask me, how you get, I do a lot of shows down there, how you get so many shows. And one of the big things is during COVID, I got to, I think I met you during COVID.
Not even met. Yeah, it wasn't
well,
until
just chatting online.
yeah,
right?
it wasn't until Lee West's birthday party show. I was
Right,
telling
that we
them
actually
earlier.
met.
That was the
Yeah.
first time that we actually met.
Yeah,
Because you
that's
got
funny.
sick before Mandy's backyard thing,
Right.
and you were supposed to be on that.
Yep. Yep.
And then it wasn't until another like 6 months before I
Right.
then actually met you.
the Lee West.
So yeah, so you knew people at Disney who knew what you were about, knew you could do clean.
Well, just, hey, you want to try this? I did 5 minutes.
Right.
Where normally I do 10, 15.
Right.
But during COVID, I met a comedian. He's actually a good buddy of McNeely's. His name's Sean Morton.
Oh yeah.
And I've never met Sean to this day in person, but we're buddies
Right.
online. And I just asked him advice. And
He's down there or up here?
He's in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And the best advice was just be a cool person.
Oh,
Just
nice.
get to know people.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
That's it.
It's not hard.
That's
None of
it.
this is
You
hard.
see that
It's
everywhere.
not, but
Don't be a dick. It's
in
not
comedy
hard.
circles,
no, that's-
some people have a really hard time with that, and you know it.
No, I know, but there's
Very-
there's very few people though that fall into that category. I think most people are super cool.
I agree.
But they are loud and obnoxious. Those
There's-
people that we're talking about, though.
seems to be very. There's a lot of cliques, and there's people seem to tend to have vendettas.
Really?
That's the way I've
Oh, right
seen
on.
it. And
in general or up here?
in general, but a lot
Really?
up here, I say it
Okay. More
Yeah.
than down there.
more than down there, and but anyway, Sean, it's that's it. Just be cool, and just good things happen to good people, and if you're nice to people, and it's
And be present. Like that's is show up. Is to go to things,
that's it too.
whether you're on it or not. Like I
Yep.
think that is something that it goes grossly.
Well, be supportive, right? And don't be jealous.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And,
huge.
and
Yeah.
there's a lot of that shit too.
There's nothing wrong with having a baseline of jealousy and be like, "Fuck, I want to do what that guy's doing.
Okay.
I think I could do better than that." But
then
not,
not
but
still be
not let it
addictive.
take it over.
Right, but still be happy for that guy for getting it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
and-
yeah.
I agree with you. I'm not sure if I'd use the word jealousy though.
Okay.
Which is semantics.
Envy,
Right.
maybe.
But
yeah.
But be happy. Use it to drive you.
Right.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
Like, hey, listen, I'm down there. I probably work 3 weekends a month, which is good.
That's
awesome.
right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my material's better or I'm funnier or anything. I got lucky.
You're just working it.
I made
Right.
friends with the right people who put me on fucking shows.
Right.
And that's it.
But see, I think that you shouldn't be so dismissive of that of your own because you're putting out a positive vibe, and that's
I appreciate
that's
that.
important. But that's important.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think gets lost is because
I tend to, and my buddies down there tell me all the time, I shit on myself all the time. But I'd rather be that way than be some kind of fucking egomaniac
Right,
also.
right.
I do all this. I'm blessed. I'm lucky. People seem to like me
Right.
on a personal level.
Yeah.
And you know what, Andy? I go up there and I don't suck.
Right.
I don't go up there. I'm not Rodea. I'm not Mick.
The
Right?
sucking is how you got up there. I'm kidding.
I heard Mick on this show. That was funny. I heard Mick on this show, and he said, and Mick was being unusually modest for Mick, but he said, he goes, the difference between I think you were here,
Yeah.
and he said the difference between me and you is I've been doing it for 13 years and you've been doing it for 3 or whatever the case.
Right. No, he was talking about Austin, but yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily agree because Mick is pretty phenomenal.
Yep.
But
I
it's
agree.
true, you know. You
Mick Thomas. We're
I
talking
d-
about,
I
in case
do
anybody's
kinda-
wondering.
we all
Sorry, go ahead.
we all like me and you are about the same age. Comedy.
No. Comedy wise, I'm a few years on you.
Yeah, I'm coming up on my 3rd year.
Right. I'm
November.
in my 6th year.
Oh, okay.
So that's
And my first year was COVID.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you contacted me, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?
Get
I
out of
don't
my
fucking know you. Why are you
out of my
messaging me?
chat.
I don't even like going to live music events. I need you sliding
that's
into my
a
DMs.
You're a smoothie, Andy. You're
It's a smoothie. Greatest line in Robin Hood, Prince of
Yeah.
whatever.
Princess
Is that?
Bride.
No. It's the Mel Brooks version.
Men in
He's
tights.
a smoothie. He's a smoothie. Richard Lewis says it. But I digress. But yeah, no. But getting on the stage, like it's 2 parts. It's getting on the stage and it's being on the stage. Getting on the stage, be nice. You know, I feel like Patrick Swayze now in Roadhouse.
right.
Be nice. And then being on the stage, don't suck.
Right.
So be nice and don't suck.
And also,
Good advice.
Doesn't seem hard.
and the more you do it, there's a confidence and there's a stage presence, right? Not going up there and being a deer in the headlines.
I think that's what Mick was talking about.
What?
Sorry. Was the comfort of 13 years versus
Oh, yeah.
3-5 years, doesn't matter. That when you have that much time, you have that much comfort. And it's funny, like the mental stuff that's been going on lately for when I go up is I'm feeling so comfortable now.
That's more than half the battle,
Like,
right?
and,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
no, and I have always felt comfortable on stage to an extent because I've been doing shit since I was
Performing.
like 7. So being on stage, being in front of a crowd is not a big deal. But and here's where stand up is different, is because you want to connect directly with the audience. You're talking directly to the audience versus theater or whatever where you're playing
Yeah.
a character.
Which at like a Jones Beach like setting is it's just so difficult because like it's windy.
Right.
And the front row is probably
They're right in front of you.
They're not right there, but they're close enough that you're like.
Have you been there?
I've been there for shows.
Because people sit in the bleachers in the back, but most people bring lawn chairs and they like sit, so they're right in front.
From you to the fence right outside the door.
Yeah.
Is probably about as far as the front row is from where you are on the stage because there's
But it's not me to Tony.
no, it's definitely not
Right.
you to Tony.
And I don't want to like speak
you
for
are
Tony,
higher,
but
so
like when Tony went up there to introduce, like he's so great at that, and he does it.
Yes.
He's been doing it for thousands of years. That it was like really comfortable. It's very
in
comfortable.
the time of the dinosaur.
He is. He's really comfortable with it. And then, but he was like he said he was like thinking about doing like a little bit of his stuff, and then he just like had other people do it because like that's not his comfort level. But like being on stage and introducing, that's exactly his comfort level. So you're right. Like Mick, he's at 13 years. He's at the point where he does
such a
not
fucking pro.
hesitate whatsoever.
So he's coming down. So there's a club. It's called. I'll give a shout out.
Please
to,
be like coconuts or something.
No, it's Madcap's Comedy.
Okay.
It's in New Summer on the Beach. The owner is Adam Lowery, and Adam is planning on opening 2 more clubs within the next couple of
Good for
years.
him.
Wow.
I just had a run there. I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hosted 4 nights in a row at a comedy club, like not a
Not
restaurant.
Clyde's, yeah.
not
Right.
All due
I got
respect.
you. Hey, no, it's dead. We can totally shit on it now. Fuck Clyde.
Well, now it's called Buford's.
Right.
Oh, so they keep changing the name, or they go with
Blythe.
Clyde's all the time?
No, it's new owners.
Blythe
So it
Tons.
used to be Barton's,
Barton's was originally,
and now it's
then-
Clyde's.
Yeah, and now who
it's
knows? Who knows what it's going to be?
Andy P's. He's buying it.
Blythe.
We're here to
Tons.
announce that it's called Andy and Billy's
If-
Comedy Chuckle Patch.
The furthest, the only place, and we tried. We were going to produce a show early in COVID in Billy's backyard. Oh
boy.
And it was so funny
And
because
it was called Billy's Beard.
well, it was like we had no equipment, so we had to start asking around.
Oh, great.
And so people started taking over pieces of it
Okay.
and making demands and everything, to where it finally just got to be where Billy was like,
It's his backyard show.
fuck you people.
Right.
We're not doing this.
Right.
Just went Facebook
Hey,
Live.
know what I haven't seen yet?
should've.
The Giggle Room.
Oh, you haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet?
Oh, really?
It's awesome. It
When
looks
I
beautiful.
moved, it was still the Lil Room.
Yeah,
Right.
it's cool. It's still
It's
could
still
be a little.
Lil.
Yeah.
It could be
It
a
holds
little,
nine.
a
I
little
could say it's
tight.
little. It's not little.
It holds
anymore.
No,
90
it's-
people, so it's a
Yeah.
classic.
It's a room.
Good
That's cool.
comedic.
Hey, and what
comical
was it
feel.
before, would you say? 40?
60.
60?
56 was the exact, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah?
The
Oh, wow.
exact
Okay.
number. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
it. 56. I
Yeah.
feel like there were more in there.
It could have. You could have gotten more
70
people in.
or
there.
No,
something.
But
definitely
talking
not.
about like
It wasn't more-
fire legal
Right.
kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
56.
Oh, then 56 was all I ever saw in there.
Ding.
Yeah, maybe I don't know if it's open or not to show you, but you'll see it
Well,
tomorrow
I'm
night.
going to see it
Yeah, you'll
tomorrow.
see it tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about McGuire's tonight. It's going to be cool. That's the first place I ever did a show. And I grew up like 2 miles from there.
Right.
So that's my
Very
hometown
nice.
That's like your
club.
home place.
Did
You're
you
like-
know that you went to Sayville or where?
Sachem.
Oh, you went to Sachem. So you're just. Or were you close to the border? Because I'm thinking, because Saliani, I'm like, you guys must have.
Tim was a Sayville guy.
He's a Sayville guy, so
I think Sunrise Highway is the border.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
So I'm the other side of Vets.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it should be cool. I'm expecting a lot of people tonight.
Nice.
I'll get like 2 here tomorrow.
Right.
But
I'm not going to Levittown.
blowing my
Never
wad
know.
tonight.
People
East
are
Meadow.
flying here
Joel
from
Rifkin
Florida
was
to
from
see
East
you.
Meadow.
Well, when I moved from Holbrook to Babylon, I might as well have moved to Florida. Like all the people out there were like, "Fuck that! I'm not going to." Like I was like, "Oh, come here, my backyard's on the water. This and that."
Right.
No,
Really?
yeah, that's way too close to the Nassau border. We don't fuck with that.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy. I see people more now than I'm in Florida.
We do that in Nassau County too. Like there'll be like something going on in like Suffolk County. You're like,
Yeah, Suffolk.
It's
Oh, no,
so
we always
far
try to do
away.
that.
You're
Yes,
way
you
out
do.
east,
I
right?
I
Andy?
don't.
that.
When? Oh, all right. I
I'm fucking all riled up.
you don't do that.
Boy, this is going to be a good sex session after this.
You're way out. You're way out east, right?
No,
I mean-
Wading River is halfway. Physically, looking at the island, Wading River is halfway.
That's the way I always refer to Holbrook.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah, like Wading
Only
River,
it's
Port
south,
Jeff-
right?
somewhere between
the
Port Jeff
map
and
of
Wading
the
River.
fish.
If you look
Yeah.
at the whole fish,
Yeah.
that's halfway.
So
when you
Suffolk
guys,
and
this is
Nassau.
what's
No.
Oh, the whole thing.
island.
The
So
whole thing.
including Queens, whatnot.
Right.
Oh, all right. All right.
All
Quorum
right.
is halfway.
right.
Center Reach, Center Reach,
Because when
Quorum.
you look at the map of Long Island, it's never just Nassau and Suffolk. You count Queens and stuff, right?
Geographically,
Not really.
But
I
You don't
but
count
not
it
really.
mentally, but when
Right.
you look at the map,
I don't count
Right.
it mentally.
it's the whole fish.
Well, that's what happens. It's much like with voting and people show a map. Look how red this map is. Like, right, let's adjust this for population. And all of a sudden it's like, zip.
yeah.
And you see how many people live on the coasts. And that's actually, like, land doesn't fucking vote, you know?
Right.
Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
Poor
Like,
North Dakota.
like there's yeah, fuck North Dakota. There's Brooklyn and Queens, and so mentally when people talk about Long Island, we know physically it's 119 miles.
Right.
But take away Brooklyn and Queens, and you're actually only talking about 100 to like 90 something. I think if I remember correctly, it was like 96 miles
You're selling now. I'm buying it.
from. See, this is
He's so smart.
take notes.
He knows everything.
Take notes.
That's why he does so well on Tuesday Trivia.
What doesn't he know?
Right. What I don't know. Oh my God, that was meta smart. The But yeah, like Nassau people are Suffolk people do it in the opposite direction. But Nassau people, when it's talking about going out east, that's why we laugh. Holbrook, because where I'm east of Talking, I'm just straight north from where you are.
Same thing.
Like Nichols Road.
Right.
Right.
You're almost at the bottom of Nichols Road. I'm at the top of Nichols Road.
Right.
So,
okay.
So you,
I've heard that about you.
yeah,
You
I'm
like
a
being
top.
on
He's a bottom.
Right.
The it's obvious, I thought.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, you think that's judo, but verbally.
Judo.
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 Oh, I'm working on a joke, and I cannot. I have the punchline, but I can't. I don't have a setup or premise even. For it,
That's
which is,
perfect.
Yeah.
and
We're laughing already.
I've actually been trying.
Sounds like Tony's set.
Wow.
I don't know. You're right.
But
there.
it's basically the punchline is, and I'm going to see if I can get it out. That's funny. You don't look jujitsu-ish.
I like it.
Yeah, but there's
like
no
it.
way to get there.
Okay, so this is along those lines, and it's not my joke, but it's become one of my favorite jokes. It's my buddy Carmen Vallone, Orlando comedian. So he said, "Do you know what continent Israel is on?"
It's Asia.
It's Asia.
Yeah.
Which means Jewish people are Asian.
Yeah.
So all these years we've been missing these jokes. Like
That's why you guys go to Chinese food restaurants.
Exactly.
And I'm surprised you go to Indian. Maybe they're too close.
Right?
Is that
because
it?
that's why they eat Chinese food on Christmas. And I go to my accountant. They say, "Oh, yes, Mr. Goldstein." Such a great joke, and it's one of those jokes where you're like, "How the fuck did I never think of that?"
Dude,
Right?
there's a
Those are the
lot.
best.
You look at it, you're like, wow, that's so obvious.
It's like Norm Macdonald's ID joke.
No, do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I was getting on a plane the other day, and I thought ID. Now there's a weird abbreviation, because I stands for I, and D stands for identification. You would think they could break that up a little bit better, I feel like D is doing most of the heavy lifting there.
I never got to because there was a lot going on in my personal life. I saw. Was it a competition that you were in?
It was called Haunted Comedy, Haunted
yeah.
Hollywood.
Which is such a cool idea,
It was
by the way.
great. So much. The only reason I did, Norm's my favorite of all time.
Right.
So if he was still alive, I wouldn't have picked another comedian to do.
Well,
and I
Haunted.
I shaved. And
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, I wore a full suit.
Nice.
And I went up there and did 5 minutes, and it was so much
Were
fun.
you head to head against somebody?
Yeah,
Who were
yeah.
you head to head against?
Oh no, it wasn't head to head. It was
So you had to
a
do
group.
Norm's stuff?
You had to do Norm stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
The guy who won was Patrice O'Neill. He was just a big, giant black dude. He was very, very funny. And it's also a matter of taste. I mean, if you do...
the crowd is
If they're Patrice fans, he's going to... I
Yeah.
wound up coming in third. So
Nice.
not
That's
bad.
respectable.
Not bad.
That's cool.
I mean, there are
you
four
didn't
comics,
win,
but
It was so much fun, though. I had a blast doing it. And,
Right.
Yeah, that
It looked
sounds
like
like
I
fun.
was like, and then like something. There was stuff going on, and I'm like, and it just hit me. I'm like, holy shit! I never got the end of that.
yeah, I'll send it to you. It
Oh
was-
yeah, please
Oh,
actually
there's
do that.
footage.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
It's,
'Cause
I put
love
it on
shit
YouTube.
I think that's such a fantastic idea because we talk about it all the time about like the karaoke. Why isn't there like a jokey or
right.
That would be a
whatever.
cool... They should do that here.
Well,
you know?
they have. We're talking about tribute bands. Why not cover comics?
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
And then they narrow it down because you can only do dead comedians.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it just kind of...
which makes it that's what makes it brilliant because if you're doing comedians now, then like,
then
true.
you're...
right.
like I'm gonna be
Stealing jokes.
whoever
Right.
stealing jokes, but like I'm gonna do Chappelle. So now, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do Bill Burr. Great. And somebody's gonna be like, I'm gonna do Tom
Well, the
Segura.
Chappelle would be the one black guy comedian on Long Island.
There's a couple now. One guy but he does magic also, so I don't think it counts.
They don't count.
Well, Sean Brown's back.
Oh, Sean...
I have not seen him around.
He's been doing some open mics at
Has
the
he?
brokerage.
Doing the brokerage open mic. Okay,
cool.
okay. That's
Oh, he's
that's-
been running them, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's cool.
So that's so
One of the
far.
nicest
That's like
guys
in the
around.
city.
So I'm not going the Nassau County.
Going all the way
and
in
the
there.
South Shore.
I
It's
can't
a
meet
double
Billy
whammy.
there for a smoke.
Right, especially since I have to drive past this concert where Billy.
See that? I had a nerve. You see?
Yeah, he's a
It
little
is.
sensitive about that.
Yeah, there's my stump.
Think
is
of all the-
really enraged right now.
Think of all the benches in New York City that you guys could smoke at.
No,
Outside
There is a
shitty
bench
comedy
outside
clubs.
the brokerage.
so
There's
I
a
think
bench there.
I told the last time I was in the city with Billy, he was at the Broadway, and
That's
we went to the his pizza place. It was the closest pizza place. It was terrible. It was Afghani, and the guy had I told you, he had like the penis
Wait,
growing
what?
out of his arm.
Oh yes, you did.
And
tell
then
me.
I just-
old penis arm.
And Billy had said to him, "Could I have one slice of regular, one slice of pepperoni?" And he only
he
put.
said, "If you suck my dick."
lick my ball.
But he didn't put the second slice in, and so I'm somebody who's like I can't turn my
Yeah.
head off, my brain off, and so I notice it. Billy's like,
I'd
"I like
notice it
two
too.
slices anyway,"
Now I'd notice it too.
and I'm like, "Excuse me, sir, you didn't put," and it was the last slice on the thing,
Yeah.
and we're all New Yorkers
From
we
the
know
80s.
the buy the slice places, they don't. You ain't getting it from the new
Right.
pie. We're gonna finish this pie before we get to the new one. So he goes, yes, I put it in, and I'm like,
You didn't.
I'm sorry, man. Like you didn't. Like it's still here. It's the last fucking slice
Right.
on the pan. Like it's obvious. And he, we go outside. We come back in, and he's like, "Oh, here you go." And he's taken a slice from a fresh pie and given it to Billy.
Oh, that's nice.
No,
Oh.
no. He was wrong,
Maybe he was
and
going
he
to do
had
that
to do that
begin
to
with.
fucking make me be.
Maybe
be wrong
he
in
was
this
going to do
warped-
that anyway.
No, you don't.
He's like all
You
mad.
just were like, yes, you must have the last slice off of the previous pizza. You were
Yeah.
agreeing with me.
Yeah, but now that I feel like he was just being nice.
No, because then later he goes, "Oh, thank you, sir," to me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You got it, prick arm.
turn your
Yeah,
country to
what I
glass.
don't. You got
not
to
a
back up
dickhead, he's a
about
dick
the
arm.
back up about the penis arm. What do you even mean?
It was like this growth that was like literally that big
Wow.
off his arm, and I'm like,
You know what that is?
His
Conjoined
penis.
twin.
yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
that he absorbed.
Yeah, that's
His penis.
what's
You know how the medical system in
placenta.
Afghanistan is,
the remainder.
and
The remainder.
so, but Billy, I'm on the phone with Billy yesterday, and he's like, he went in the city to do a show with Butera actually on Wednesday, I want to say, and he's like, yeah, and then we went to the to a pizza place, which wasn't too much further than that shithole that we went to, but we
Yeah.
did walk by it, and I was that hungry. I
pizza.
did go in and have a slice. Like you hated this fucking pizza place, but you said, well, I was really hungry. Oh my god, it was all ending again.
Yeah.
What a shitty fucking soundtrack. So, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was
his
my
phone.
my phone.
Oh, it was your phone.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I'm
It's the
I thought it was in the club or
THX
something.
thing.
What is it?
You know, the beginning of a movie. The
Oh, the old
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
thing.
Dolby.
So McGuire's tonight, the Giggle Room tomorrow. Go to govs.com to make your reservations. And
Now.
Yeah, and then we mentioned Peaches before. She's actually doing a late show in the
On
Giggle Room
Saturday.
tomorrow
Yeah.
night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it'll be cool to see her.
You
Yeah,
guys doing the green
we'll
room
be in
show?
here tomorrow night.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we're looking forward to it because it'll be a lot of our buddies will be here.
Yeah,
plus
that'll be
it'll
fun.
be like the first time in here doing Twitch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Still gonna make his way?
What? Oh,
Sil?
Sil. Last I heard, he wasn't sure. That was the last I heard.
That sounds like all of his nose. I'm just kidding.
is that true? I had hope.
No, it's more like I'll see if I can, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't work out. you
Right,
know?
and then you just don't hear again.
Right.
We never found out what happened to him the last time we did the beach.
What do you mean?
He was.
Oh, yeah.
He said he was
Yeah.
on his way, and then
Yeah,
we
that's
just never
and
saw
then
him.
all of a sudden
Oh my
he-
god, I didn't even realize until just
Have
now
we
when you
seen him
said it.
since then? Is he alive? No, I'm kidding. He's actually on tonight.
I was hoping the guy who hates everything was going to be in.
Who's that? Who's,
You
the,
can have him.
who's the guy who hates
Tony's
everything?
friend.
Michael Kaplan, John, who's good friends with Mike, he's watching.
Oh.
Mike's a good guy. Mike's all right. He
I'll take your word for it.
Just wore it as a badge of honor. You could put anybody in front of me. I'm never going to laugh.
Dude, I got him
Like,
to-
you sound like the most awful fucking person.
I don't. It was after the show. Jay
and
was
he's
like,
just bragging about it.
Jay was like,
I don't like things and stuff. Right.
I find no enjoyment in life.
in anything.
I'm surprised it all hasn't ended yet.
I don't like live music. Oh wait.
Oh, that's the other guy.
That's why I thought we would connect, he and I.
Right.
That was the callback.
And now he and Andy are roommates.
I
Yeah.
wish. So I could kill him in his sleep. Because fucking Jay was like a prize fighter who's been like he took the dive. He's
Yeah.
like, afterwards he's just like, and right when he was leaving, I don't even remember what I said, but he lost his shit.
Yes.
As he was
Yes,
leaving.
Real, all right.
I don't
like,
remember either, but
fuck
I
you.
remember.
Badge of honor.
Yeah.
No. Fuck you. Because all of that was it's
A
an
facade,
act.
yeah.
It's an act. Don't.
He,
do that.
it's a little strange to me. Like if we're sitting here having a conversation, he will joke around with you. He will laugh. He'll pick on you. He'll let you pick on him and have all sorts of fun banter. But when it comes to like a live comedy show, the first time I ever went to a show with him, I don't know if you guys remember, Governors for a short time had a club in Medford.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Right
we
on
talked-
110.
On
yeah. On
112.
But sorry, yes. That's
Yep.
I had 112 in my head, but it's in 110. Yeah, we're on 112.
You're old.
And we went and saw Joey Cola there.
Right.
And we sat right in the front. We had front row seats. And Joey's doing his thing. And I'm hysterically laughing. I mean, how do you not at Joey? But sure enough, Mike's sitting there like this.
Was it the first time you guys saw Joey?
Yeah, it was the first time I ever saw Joey in
Wow.
person. In person. Yeah, I'd seen him on TV
Yeah.
and stuff, but yeah, this is I think 2002. So
Yeah, it's one of these go ahead and make me laugh.
well, and
no.
that was the look on his face.
yeah.
And
His
sure enough,
reasoning, though, is insanity.
What's the
And
reasoning?
what's the reasoning?
Is that he thinks he's the only one who's really getting it. A, B, that he's helping the comedian be better.
well, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so wait.
That's like being mean to your kid in like baseball or something.
Well, it gets
and make
worse.
him better.
Joey called him out on it,
Right.
Oh, did he?
and Mike said to him, "Well, if you say something
Jeez.
funny, I will laugh."
No.
And
It's
I just-
disrespectful.
I totally just looked. I just looked at him. I thought I didn't think we'd get out of there alive.
Yeah.
And but he even said like that was me challenging Joey. I'm upping his game. I'm like,
But you're
Why-
just there to be entertained. You're an audience member. You're not part of the organization.
Well, my question to him that kind of unraveled this logic was, so there's 300 people in that room.
yeah, and you're in charge of
comedian-
You're the
number.
one.
The comedian goes up and says a joke. All 299 other people in the
Don't
fucking
get it.
place
Yeah.
laughing their ass off. They don't get it. You got it.
Right.
That's what you're saying?
Fremder says the way Mike was acting is how you are with his jokes.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah.
it's totally different.
Yeah, let's compare
Yeah.
Fremder to
Joey-
Joey
Here's the
Cola.
thing. Joey Cola is hilarious.
Fremder is Fremder.
Fremder.
Yeah. Hey, come take a piece of me, Fremder. If you can ever slide out of that bed of yours.
Actually, yeah, he said he's laid up
had like several
from
surgeries.
Surgeries?
They were all ass surgeries, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Who? Fremder?
Yeah.
Has had surgery? What? Like on your neck and stuff
Hemorrhoids.
again?
Yeah, I don't know. You
But
got to fill us
probably.
in.
I would
Huh.
say his
So-
ass.
And then
Sure,
Mike,
anus.
and then
Right.
Mike's actually
Anisectomy.
been in here since then.
Yeah.
and we had a nice show. It doesn't totally
Like,
compute to me.
He shouldn't sit in the front of a.
Well,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
He should
no-
go.
Yeah, just sit in the
Stay
back,
the fuck
enjoy
home.
yourself, and don't
He should
upset
die.
people. Yeah.
I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Walk off of a fucking pier.
John says, "Stop picking on Mike. Everybody knows he's fucked up."
Well, I guess I have a very limited interaction with him, and Adam would be even less so because he wasn't here.
I actually talked to Mike last week. I said, "You got to come in one day."
Oh, boy.
Not on a Friday.
It won't be on a Friday.
Anywho.
All right.
That's like the guy in my neighborhood that I have to wave to. You know, do you have somebody that there's somebody who's like walking his
Yeah.
dog and you've never had to you've never talked to him or anything, but
Right.
he's like, I have this old guy and he's like that. And I'm always like,
Yeah.
and so the other day I was in a rush and the girls are in the back.
you swerved your car?
There he is. And I'm like, and you have to go slow because he's old.
Then
and
they
it's
yell
a
at
neighborhood,
you.
What do you don't want
I
to
always
get
get
yelled
yelled
at?
at.
And he goes, and I go, girls are in the back. I go, fuck, why won't that guy die? And they were like, what? And I'm like, this guy, I gotta stop fucking waving at him.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to take a different.
Maybe
Well, I was
your-
gonna say take a
maybe
different
your
route.
waves are keeping him alive.
Right.
That's his life.
So then I should take a different way. Is
What's
what you're
the
saying.
problem? What, you just wait. You know, is it
No,
wasting
because
time?
it's one of those like
you're making his day.
it's like Lee Trevino in not Billy Madison in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
It's like Lee Trevino. Like every time something happens, Lee Trevino's like. Like, and that's what'll happen.
It's
It's
the
like I'm speeding
repetition
because
of
like
it.
something's happening, and he's there, and there he is, and he's like, gives me a disappointing look.
Yeah.
Oh, slow down for you. I
When I-
guess.
when I
Just
moved
fucking
back-
die. Like if he just died,
I grew up
I
here,
could drive
but
the way I wanted to.
And that's how we feel about this guy.
right.
I grew up
That's
here,
what I'm
but
saying. It's the same thing.
when I moved back from California, there are waivers out there. They wave.
Where?
They're like people of waivers in California, and they even if you're close enough, they'll be like, "Good morning."
Oh
and
yeah.
So and you know you just like
Right.
and you make eye contact and
Yeah.
like when I moved back here, people like were like they like kind of go like that.
Yeah.
Like be like good morning. Like if I'm like walking
What's
with
your
my dog or
angle?
something.
I'm sure I told you. That I almost years ago, like 30 years ago, I almost moved to Ohio, and I went. and I-
That's
Did you lose
yeah,
a
I'm
bet?
so glad
You
I
should
didn't
use
do
that
it.
in your act.
Yeah.
Go on.
So glad I never did. But that was one of the things I liked about it. You'd walk
People
down
were
the
friendly.
street and
Yeah.
everybody passed.
Morning.
Hey, how you
Hey.
doing? Morning.
Good
Hey, how's
day.
it going? Hey, nice to see you.
Florida
I love
has a
that
lot
stuff.
of that. And,
How's it
and
going?
when I
Yeah.
went to school in Vermont, went to college up there, people are super
Yeah,
friendly.
they're super
Here,
friendly
if
there.
you're friendly here, you think,
There's
Oh,
something
I love
wrong.
it.
what's
I
your
love
angle?
it.
They're trying to mug me.
I went to McDonald's the other day. The lady says, "Oh, you ordered the fries, baby?" And I went, "Yeah, baby." Just I like it made my day. I love that stuff.
You should have moved to Ohio.
With that other guy who doesn't laugh.
Right. Take him with you.
Yeah, take that show on the
Off the
road.
pier.
That's so
He actually moved to Maine.
Oh,
once
you
and
know
then
what? The
came
guy
back.
from my neighborhood too. All three is
Yeah.
out into the sunset. Like the
I
outlaw
will-
Josie Wales.
Get in your weird van and go to Ohio.
Name your price. I'll throw them in my truck and we'll go off the cliff.
He's too far out east for you. Oh, this is like a Harold now.
Yeah,
More
right.
than anything.
All right. Tomorrow, tonight, go to McGuire's or go to the Giggle Room tomorrow night. See Adam Snair, John Butera, Dan LaRocca, Rich Rader, Jeff Bosey, Les Deegan, Allison Persky, Allison Persky. I said that. Adam Snair, of course. You should be headlining. Butera's headlining?
I shouldn't even be featuring, but I'm honored that
I'm going to
they,
yell at Butera tomorrow
that,
night.
that they gave me the chance.
Live in here. I'm going to yell at him. We'll be in here tomorrow night, live from the green room. You coming down?
I may or may not. I don't have the weekend hash.
Are you coming down tonight?
That's the much more likely
No, it's out
kind
there.
of thing because it's 20 minutes from my house. So
Oh, that's cool.
All right, so there you go. Govs.com. You got Nick Griffin playing the club here at Governor's tonight and tomorrow night. You can also see Nick Griffin on our YouTube channel today at 5. He'll be talking to Don today at 5 on the
cool.
YouTube channel. Govs Comedy Club Podcast on YouTube. Nick Griffin talking to Don at 5 here at the club tonight and tomorrow. And again, the Giggle Room tomorrow night. And, of course, you got McGuire's tonight. And I don't think there's anything at the brokerage. We have to get down to the bottom of what's going on over there. It's been
well, people are taking vacations and stuff, so
Right.
maybe.
Govs.com to make your reservation. Check out their full schedule. A lot of great shows coming up over there. And that's it for us. There's nothing. So we got Nick Griffin with Don at 5, and that's it, right?
Yeah, but thanks
then-
for joining us on Twitch. It really means a lot.
Yes, we
thanks
do
for
appreciate the
following,
support.
sharing, because we're all nervous and scared about this. So
Yeah, we're
thanks
trying
a
to
lot.
make it work.
we've all wet our pants.
Just for fun.
There you go.
Oh! I thought we were just talking what we like to do.
Oh.
Yeah. Me too.
Andy's done it a few times while we've been sitting here. Thank you, pal. Good to see you, man.
Great. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you
Bam.
tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so again, the YouTube channel at 5, and then back here tomorrow night at 7:30. See you guys. Peace.